it's Carolyn and Michelle, aka LA Triathlete and Fuel My Run, and we're going off course.
Sorry for the delay. She's here. We have a bad kitty. IT cat is in kitty jail, which is the bedroom, which is where I am.
Oh no! Because of the cords.
He loves a cord, and Jordan. I swear to God, when I'm home from work, he just sleeps, and then when Jordan's home, he is like, "Let's fucking go!" And he like jumps on the desk, and Jordan's like in all these important meetings literally all day, and Cosmo's just like walking around on the desk, and then Jordan's like kitty jail. So then I have to come in here for the podcast, and I had the headphones. And he was like eating them. He loves a headphone. The IT cat.
Where is he now?
He's just right over. He's like
being a plumber.
Well, that's why I told him. I said, if you do this again, you're going to like further, deeper, solitary confinement of kitty jail.
Solitary, yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So he's
Poor
just.
kid. Oh,
he's on the bed. Oh, he's lurking. Okay. Now
pets and apartment problems. I get it. Every time
Lord.
Napa hears a small sound, she's like, "Arf!" And I'm like, "Okay, you know by now we have like 100 neighbors, right? Like, yeah. It's crazy." She's arfed. Okay, I have a quick gripe.
Tell me.
Have you ever gotten acrylics?
For the wedding.
Oh, nice. Did you do like...
They were Gel X, which is like acrylic.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, these are Gel X.
Oh no, what happened? R.I.P. Did you just get them done?
Okay, yeah. I feel like I just got them done.
They look kind of fresh.
At an extreme...
Like a
cadence.
discount? Oh, cadence.
No. God, no. If anything, they've been charging me way too much because I don't speak French very well.
Oh, yeah. They're like, fuck this bitch.
If
Yeah.
at all.
Let's charge her double.
Yeah. And so I got Gel X, but my two pointer fingers keep on falling off because I have no control and will slap the table. And now I have a Dov's game tomorrow, and I'm trying to like look cute and be like an elevated wag sometimes. And I don't want to get my nails done again, but I can't find where I put the other acrylic. So what do I do? Put a Band-Aid on it? What's worse?
Put a Band-Aid on it.
But does that look like I chopped my finger off?
That's true, because all your nails are really long, and then the index finger will be like not. I don't know, man. When did you get them done?
I don't know. I think you're right. I think I got them done only like a week and a half ago, which is like way too short.
Like go in and just get one done? Do you have time to do that? Because I know it's a hassle. Maybe. Always.
They talk so much shit about me there, though. They don't like me. And you have to order online, like what you're going to get. And it's not in English. And so I always select the wrong thing, or they're like, oh, it's going to take longer than you said it was. And it's a whole thing.
Well, that's just rude. You should probably go somewhere else.
I know. There's really not many selections around here. But alas, here we are. Yours still look fresh.
Oh, yeah. They keep not cutting them as short as... I love a short fucking nail. And I'm doing the hard gel, which is like better for your nails. So every time I go, instead of like taking it all the way off, they just like do a fill, which is nice.
Soft gel.
Hard gel.
What's a soft gel? What's the alternative to a hard
regular gel? So hard gel is like a layer they put over your nail that's like clear. So then when they take your polish off, that layer stays on, and then they'll just like fill in the bottom of it. But it's like makes your nails thicker, and it like that way they're not like fucking scraping your polish right off of your nail every time. But
sounds like an acrylic.
It kind of is, just like shorter. Yeah, pretty similar. But then they keep not cutting them. I hate when they're long. I don't know why.
I love a long nail. I love a long nail. You don't like long nails. You don't like hair in your face.
I just don't like. I should just rip my nails out and cut my hair off. Honestly, I get overstimulated.
Oh shit!
What?
Forgot about a meeting, but it doesn't matter. Oh yeah, never mind. It's canceled.
Oh, thank God.
Doesn't it feel... Oh my God, I'm so stupid. I was going to say, doesn't it feel like Friday today?
Guys, it is Friday.
It is Friday.
You know,
which is like good that it feels like
Yeah, all week for some reason I thought we were like a day ahead than that we like were. So like on Wednesday I was like, oh, it's Thursday. I'm like, what the fuck? We made it though.
Same.
It's a long week. Just been
long ass week.
Dragging since the race. I mean, my body's okay. I'm just tired. I feel better today though, but I've been so tired.
How have your workouts been? Because you had like to me it was a hefty sketch, but to you it seemed normal.
My like Monday had nothing, Sunday was nothing, Monday was nothing, and then Tuesday was like easy run, easy swim, and then Wednesday I did a longer ride, and I felt like I was so tired. Again, not like physically. Physically yes, but like not Like nothing hurt. I just felt like I was like, oh my God,
falling asleep.
falling asleep. And then yesterday I had another ride, which we'll talk about.
Okay.
The incident.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And then today so I had ran this morning, and then I have I'm gonna go to the gym, strength train. But yeah, and then I was supposed to do Circle of Doom tomorrow, and it's supposed to be like 40 and rainy up in the mountains on that side. And so then Joey and I were
Circle
like,
of Doom.
we're gonna do Acton Loop, which is also really long. It's like 75 miles with like 7,500 feet of climbing. And then Acton's already like pretty windy a lot of the time, just in general. And I looked at the weather, and it was like gust up to 40 miles an hour. And I was like, that's
Your
scary.
favorite.
Yeah, you guys know. I fucking
Side
hate
wind,
wind.
though?
We don't know.
Is it a side swipe?
Couldn't
We
tell
don't
you.
know.
It might be a headwind, which is might be worse.
Who decided on such an intense workout?
That was me. I just
You're
just
like,
wanted
post race
to.
1 week. Let's go hard.
I think I just like, it's been so nice. Well, that's not true. But like this week it's been nice. And I'm like, I just want to go in the mountains and ride. And then also like, I don't know, because it's like kind of a long, like after I do a big race, I don't really like, my training block's a little more cash. Not that like, I don't know. Because like next week
a cash block.
Yeah. Next week it's like, I could do Circle of Doom Saturday, but I leave for Spain Sunday. So I'm like, I know in my head I'm going to want to pack, and I'll be too stressed if I'm like on my bike all day. So probably won't do it next week. And then I'm just like, and then it gets too hot in the summer. You can't do it in the summer. So it's like very hot.
You can't?
Up there. I did
do it in the summer once?
Yeah, and I almost fucking died. It was miserable. And there's no water. Like once you get past Crystal Lake, which is like the first climb, you're only like maybe like 40 miles in. You still got 60 to go, and there's no water for a long time. So
yeah, that's rough. How much water can you actually bring? So, okay, this is interesting. How much water can you bring when you're on the bike versus when you're running? Let's calculate how many ounces we could bring in totality.
On the bike, I mean, you could be a Fred and bring a little hydration pack, which some people do.
That's Fred?
It's a little Fred. Like the hiking, like a backpack with little like straw, like camelback. And it's not that Fred, but it kind of looks Fred, but it's not. But it's actually honestly so smart. I don't know. Just looks dorky. That's all.
Okay, well, this is what we were talking about running, how people would get mad at runners for wearing a pack.
That's
and we're
true.
just
I guess
like, let them live.
It just looks dorky. But I guess that's an option. And then, but I don't ever do that. I mean, I don't really have one that would work. I've got the running one, and then I have my like hiking bag, which I wouldn't bring. So I usually just bring like 2 regular bottles, but I don't know how big. They're pretty small, like 20 ounces, maybe 16.
So you can bring 40 ounces.
Like if that, yeah, not a lot. So you really do need to fill up on long rides.
So you can bring a lot more running then if you bring like a pack with like, how much is in your pack? Like 60 ounces? Maybe even 90?
In my running pack?
Yeah.
I just have those 2 flasks.
Oh, okay. So you don't have like a full-on camelback, like big ass pack. Those I honestly don't like, and I get it. There's, it can go like like slush. Like I guess you're supposed to let all the air out, and then it doesn't go. But I mean, at what cost? That's like an extra step.
And like, I'm just never running that far. I mean, like 20 miles. I've got my 2 flasks, and that's always sufficient. And then like there's drinking fountains. But like, I guess if you were doing an ultra, like if you were up in the mountains.
Yeah, 100%
doing your
trail.
own Circle of Doom on
crush
foot.
my entire pack.
That's fair.
Like for even under 20.
Oh yeah, and then my hiking pack is I think 3-liter bladder. I am hiking this weekend, so that'll be fun.
Okay, conversion girl.
I know.
3 liters.
Is she couldn't run with that pack though, but
oh yeah, you are hiking. That's exciting.
Yeah, I love hiking. Hopefully the
you
weather
and Jordan
doesn't
are
fucking
going.
suck. Yeah.
How many miles? Or
Okay, All Trails, we all know, is a fucking liar. But the trail I picked on All Trails says it's 8 even. And then I looked on like Reddit and stuff, and it was literally 10 and a half.
Literally.
Jordan's
oh my God. I used to get so confused with All Trails.
Oh, they lie. They're like, it's an easy trail. And you're like, for who? I'm like, this is...
Stav and I? Oh, you probably have ridden up here in the hills of like, where do the Kardashians live again?
Oh, yeah. Calabasas.
Yeah, Calabasas.
Yeah.
We were like around Calabasas. We're like, oh, let's just do like a trail run. It was super freaking hot. And we found this one. It was like 10 miles. We're like, perfect. Like we brought water. We crushed the water. Did not plan well enough. And we realized like maybe 7 miles in that it was definitely point to point.
Oh my God.
It was like 20 miles because it was only calculating the 10 down. So we ended up running all the way to Santa Monica, I think. like, which was actually pretty cool to start in Calabasas and
That
run
is
all the
cool.
way down to the water, or Malibu maybe.
Yeah.
And it was like an adventure journey, but it was so dumb of us to not realize it would have been 20 miles like round trip to
It's
the
not
car.
though, because fucking all trails. So don't feel dumb. But
Yeah, I guess read the fine print, but still.
read the fine print. It is like confusing though, because it'll show the like a line, and you're like, oh, this is an out and back. So in your head, that's what you're like. But then you think that they're like, oh, 10 miles, thinking that's the whole shoop shoop, and that's just the shoop, not the shoop.
It's just the shoop.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Good that you did some research to figure out, oh, it's probably going to be a couple more miles.
Yeah. Jordan's like, that's a really long hike. And I'm like, okay, literally, what else are you doing Sunday?
I mean,
Tell me.
8 and 10 is like the same thing.
I know. And it's like up and down. I mean, it's a loop, but it's like you go, it's not like all it's hilly on the way up, and then when you can fly on the way down. But
Wait a minute. Did we just convince Jordan to do a trail run instead to make it go by
no.
faster?
I've told him this a million times. I'm like, Jordan, I think you'd like trail running. And he's like, oh, no. And I'm like, Jordan, just literally walk up the hill and then run down the hill. It's so fun. And he's like, oh. So maybe we'll see.
100%. It
We'll
goes
see.
by faster.
It does. And it's like, he's already hauling ass. Like, he walks so fast. I mean, he might as well walk all run just to keep up with him. He's like scurrying that one. But I'm like, maybe Sunday.
You're going to live your best athletic life this
know.
weekend,
I love-
doing all your favorite things.
Well, we'll see what happens with the ride tomorrow with the weather and the wind. There's other options.
Weather in the wind.
The weather and the wind.
I was really craving Napa. I was really craving a 5K tomorrow.
Oh,
you
yeah?
know, I had that random like, oh, I got to race now.
Yeah.
But I didn't find one.
So that's a common feeling. That makes me feel
What?
better because sometimes the oh, I gotta race now. Do you just like
Yeah.
get online and just like start frantically like
Yeah.
like you're like opening in a
5K
new
near
tab?
me.
You have like 60 tabs of all these races because I do that same
Yes.
thing. I was looking for like a marathon. I don't remember. Maybe when I thought I couldn't do. I don't remember. Like,
Rose Bowl?
Oceanside. I was like, well, I didn't know if I was
Oh.
racing Oceanside, and I was like, well, the LA Marathon's too close to Oceanside, but I really want to run a marathon. And then I was like looking through all these like random ass, just like far away. Who knows?
Like 20
are they-
Ventura races.
Yeah,
You're like, do I
literally.
consider any of these?
And half of them are probably like trail. I'm like, I don't know. So yeah, no, we've all
love
been
that.
in that. Let's talk about it, guys.
Let's
I
talk
think
about
we've all
it.
been in that spiral. And then the next, like, I like get, I don't know if maybe it's an ADHD thing. You like hyper fixate on it for like an hour. Like, and then before you know it, you're like, I have
Yeah.
to pee. I'm dehydrated.
You're like, I literally have to do this right now. Sometimes in the middle of
Yeah,
work, I'll be like, you know what? I have to find a race now.
yes.
And I will put the work aside. I'll get back to it.
It's like kind of stressful situation too. Cause you're like, so like locked in and then you're like, I need to work, but like, I need to find a race. And then you don't find one and then you're mad. Maybe it's just me.
I decided that my ADHD fixation had to happen in the middle of the walk with Napa today. And I
Oh.
was like, Napa, you're going to have to pause. I need to find this race right now because it's bothering
Yeah.
me to the highest degree.
Been
Then
there
I couldn't
too.
find
Mhm.
one. I'm so mad. I
That's-
mean, I want one now.
a 5K. Maybe you could make one. Get a little group.
I won't
Yeah.
go fast if I'm not running with other people. Maybe I'll try to steal that guy's fastest, what is
Yeah.
it, course record. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll do that tomorrow. That's
sounds
a good
good.
attempt.
That's a good, that'll be your speed, your need for speed.
My need for speed. I'll follow up.
Good. Oh yeah, guys.
Oh.
The cops. I mean, I already posted about it on Instagram, but
Cats. Did you give details on Instagram though?
not
with what
really.
actually happened?
I mean, I
Ooh.
said rolling a stop sign, and then all these people are like, well, most of the people are on my side, but then there's like two people who both follow me, and they're probably triathletes, and they're like, honestly, like you kind of deserved it. And I was like, where the fuck did I say I didn't deserve it, bitch? She's probably not a
Wait, did
bitch.
they actually comment that?
They were
I
like saying
can't.
stuff like, you know what, good on those cops. Like, if you're on the road, you should be obeying the rules of the road. And I was like, did I say anything otherwise? You're just being annoying, bootlicker. Anyway, so if you listen to this
It's like,
podcast, I'm
have-
sorry.
oh. Are we though? Like, chill out.
Yeah.
There's always the people. Napa. Hey, we're gonna be easy.
Like
about
in
it.
the caption,
There's
I
always
literally
the
say, like-
morality police.
Oh,
It's like,
literally.
who says we're not following rules like most of the time?
And I said in the caption, I deserved it. It wasn't like, whatever. So, and also shout out to Haley. And
Shout out.
I was a little bit offended last night because
Oh,
she
this is an
texted me-
offended shout out.
She texted me and she was like, I need details about the Instagram post because she, used to live here and would ride here. And she wanted to know what happened. So I sent her a voice memo and it was like a minute. I've sent you much longer, but I was like explaining what happened. And she was at track at the track, and this guy Wagner, who I've ridden with before, he was there, and he I guess was like making fun of me because it was like the longest voice memo ever. And Haley's like, Carolyn has a podcast, she likes to talk, and I was just like, fuck you, Wagner. So if you're listening,
does Wagner ever leave voice memos? Because
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm
What's
like,
he do, like 5
sometimes
second voice memos 20 times?
right? I was like, what was I gonna do? Be like, Haley, I got pulled over. That's like, well, no, she needed the details. No,
Wagner.
so there's
What a Wagner thing to say.
I do love Wagner, but a little shade. So we were riding. It was me and Joey, and we were coming through La Cañada, which is like a neighborhood next to where I live. And
wait,
there's
who's
like
Joey?
Joey's
Paint
my
a picture
homie.
of this man.
He's like
Okay.
old. He's Yaz's uncle. So Yaz, we've talked about. She's like
he's
my
Yaz's
vegan friend.
uncle.
Yeah, her uncle, but he's like
Yeah,
my riding
Yaz.
BFF because no one ever wants to like go climb or do fun rides except Joey, and he always
Love
has
that.
the tea, and he has these long flowing locks that he like doesn't put in a bun, so he just rides with them, and I'm like, your neck must be so hot all the time.
I knew you'd give a good description.
Yeah, there
He
you
has
go.
the
You can
tea
picture him.
and his long flowing locks. I love him already.
Yeah, he's wonderful. But anyway, it was just us two,
king.
and we were riding side by side through La Cañada, which is like, I ride through there, I mean, at least once a week, but it's like this very, very quiet residential area, like all shaded, like tons of, like in a forest kind of, set in the scene.
Ooh.
And we were coming around this, like, it's like a kind of like a curvy road, and then you're descending, so you're going kind of fast. And then there's like a 3-way intersection at the bottom, like a 3-way stop. Everyone's stopping.
A lot of cars or no?
Never. And so, but I always, if there's a car approaching, especially there, I always stop because it's like cars don't necessarily always stop there. And so we like, I guess, rolled through it. I don't even know. I don't even like remember. I'm sure we just like rolled through it because there were no cars to be seen. Why would I stop if I like,
No cars to be seen.
no cars to be seen. So anyway, keep riding like another 2 minutes. And then I didn't know the lights were on behind us, but we heard like a whoop whoop, like the siren like behind us, like whoop whoop. And I'm like, fuck the fuzz. And so we pull over.
Fuck the fuzz.
And I was like, shit. Because that's like the only reason they would really pull over a cyclist.
Seems like really far after you rolled the stop.
I know.
2
They're
minutes?
probably, they did whack whack. And sometimes when Joey and I are riding, like we always ride, like, I don't know, you're talking to your friend, we're riding side by side, but usually if there's a car approaching from behind, then you'll, car back. And then we do like single file to let the car go by. So I thought the cop was coming up because sometimes they'll come behind you and they'll be like, please ride single file. So I thought that's what we were going to yell at us for. And I was like, oh, it's no big deal. And he's like, do you know why I pulled you guys over? And there were 2 cops. And I was like, I don't know. And
Two
he's like,
cops?
yeah. And he's like,
Seems
you guys
like a
ran the stop
misuse.
sign. And I was like, fuck. And he was like, and I thought it was going to be a warning. And I was like, if Joey weren't there, I would have given him a little razzle dazzle and then maybe just gotten out of it. But Joey was
Why not
there.
razzle dazzle with Joey?
That's true. He could flirt with him a little bit. Anyway, but Joey was like, I was just like scared. I was like, oh my God. I was like, I'm so sorry. And he like gave me, he like wrote the ticket up. It was $250.
Oh.
And then he's like,
seems like a lot.
it was a lot. And he's like, here's your court date. So apparently I don't have to go to court, but he's like, if you pay your ticket before, or you can try to fight it in court. And then Joey's like, well, Joey said he's gotten like 4 of these tickets. Is that crazy?
You should not ride with Joey.
I know. I'm
and
like,
run
Jesus
it.
Christ. That
His
influence.
flowy locks like
yeah. They
alert the police right away.
Yeah, they stands out exactly. But I was like, why would I go to court? And then Joey's like, well, you can go and like fight it. And I guess our friend TJ was like, all you have to do is say, I slowed down, but I didn't put my foot down because like technically you're supposed to like unclip your shoe, put your foot down. And TJ's like, that'll work every time. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to go to court. I'll just pay the $250. That sounds a lot easier.
Where's the court?
In Glendale.
Is it close to you?
Yeah,
Oh.
kind of. But anyway, kind of sucks.
You can, well, that's a really good opportunity to wear a great outfit. We were just talking
True.
about how we have all these outfits and no place to wear them.
Oh my God, you're so right. And also, like,
Court fit.
I think if the cop doesn't show up, it's like automatically,
You don't have to pay it. They can't fight their stance, I think.
And I'm like, what are the chances that he actually shows up? Because it's not till August.
Our girl Katie, she's training for the San Diego marathon, the rock and roll marathon.
Nice.
She's badass. She's an attorney. So if she's listening to this,
I need you.
what should
I'm gonna hire
Carolyn
you.
do?
I'm going to hire her as my lawyer. I need a lawyer because I got a
Be
speeding
badass.
ticket on my bike.
She can represent all the cyclists that get pulled over. Have you ever gotten pulled over as a non-cyclist?
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what? No way.
As a non-cyclist.
Yeah, in any other like lifetime scenario.
Yeah,
What?
I've gotten, I think
Okay,
4
pedal
times.
to the metal.
I know.
Seriously?
Well, okay,
Have we
here.
talked about this?
I don't think I'll list my reasons. The first one, I was speeding.
Yeah, let's hear.
I was going 61 in a 45, and I was literally 16, and the cop was really nice. He gave me a ticket. But he was like, technically I should like revoke your license because if you get a ticket within a certain amount, like it was like a thing. And he's like, I won't do that though. And I was like, thanks. And then
he's making his tickets sound better.
Right. And then the next time was my license tags were expired, but that was my dad's fault because he was in charge. The next time I was in Kentucky, and it's like 71, like that's the highway, but I was in the left lane. It's like a 2-lane highway. He followed me. This cop was following me for forever. And apparently you're not allowed to be in the left lane unless you're passing. And I was like, it's easier for me than just keep going back and forth. But he didn't give me a ticket. Yeah. And then the last time, I was still living in Ohio, and I was going, I was going 76 and a 50.
Okay.
But it was night, and it's also a highway. It's like literally like a big highway, but it's just like a slow speed limit. Okay, great.
But you just unlocked a deep rooted memory.
What?
I was on a run with because I got pulled over once, and I just got in a fight with my boyfriend, and I went to Yogurtland, got some froyo, came back. The cop pulled me over. I literally had the spoon in my mouth as he pulled up, and I was like,
"You're like, what do I do? I don't want to reach for it because they get weird about that."
I'm just like, and then I cried my way out of it. And then I was on a run. Fucking OC, man. The OC sucks. So I was on a run. I met up with a friend. I think I was living in Long Beach at this time, and we met in Seal Beach. So I was parked in the streets of Seal Beach. And oh God, this is when I was in college. Poor, surviving. And I apparently didn't pay my tags, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And so I had outdated tags.
Expensive, yeah.
Really? But I just completely forgot to do
that.
No, yeah. And I pulled up. I was like, we had a good run. I was like, it's been like a stressful day. Got to get to work. Like super busy today. I walk up to my car right when there's a cop.
Are you kidding me?
Just putting a ticket on it. And I'm just like, oh, what is this for? Is it street sweeping? He goes, yeah, it's street sweeping. And your tags are outdated. And we're going to tow you. And I'm like, whoa. I got to get to work. And I was like, I was again bawling. And I was stressed.
Right.
And he told me there's no way to get out of the car being towed. So then I had to go to the cop. What?
You're like, there is a way. I put my keys in the ignition and I drive away.
Just like, can we not do that? Yeah. And he waited for them to get there and just looked at me, and I was just like, okay. So I had to go to the police station, pay the ticket, and then I had to go to the tow yard, pay to get my car back.
Oh,
and
my
all
God.
this time, and I couldn't go to work all day because it took all day long. So
okay, how much was that all? That must have been like $1,000.
Yeah, it was around 1,000. I think I was able to write. Oh, and then I had to go to the DMV too to update my registration. So it was just like a day full of trauma. And now I am good at paying my registration. That's what that taught me.
Did I? I don't think I've ever not. It's so much more expensive. In Ohio, it was like $50, and I was like, "That's so much money," because I was like young. And then I moved here, and it's like $500. And then,
literally,
yeah. So
500? That actually sounds like a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
You're in LA.
I'm in LA, and then I think it has to do with like your type. Like Jordan's is cheaper, but I have an SUV, so I don't know if that's why. But anyway, that is. Did they
the cost of goods?
Did they tow it because your registration was expired?
I think it was a combination of
that
them.
is so dramatic, guys. Fucking
and it was like the oldest car on the street. It was an 87
so
Nissan Stanza. Yeah, I was targeted. They're like, get this crap off of our street. I had to go in through the passenger side door.
Yeah, they were like, this car is too poor. Like the neighbors were like calling the police. Like, get this car
doesn't
off
match
the road.
The aesthetic.
Yeah,
it's just like not vibing.
Damn, that sucks. Fuck that cop. If you're listening, he's definitely listening. There's some people I know who are just like a parking ticket magnets. They're like, I have another parking ticket. I've gotten 2 in my life. 2.
You've only gotten 2?
Yeah.
That's actually really incredible.
I'm really good at deciphering the road signs in LA. Apparently, they're really confusing. One time I was like fucking stupid, and it was 2 hour with a meter, but it expired after 2 hours. I just like forgot to put more money in. And then the other time was in my bachelorette in Tahoe, and there was this like really popular hiking trail, and the parking lot was like 2 cars. Like it was very small. So literally everyone was parked out like on like dirt pull-offs on the road. Yeah. And I was walking back. We were all walking back from our hike, had a lovely day, slightly hungover. And as we're like coming up to my car, there's a cop standing there. And I was like, fuck. It was $100.
Did you show him? Be like, it's my bachelorette.
Yeah, he was like, look at this penis straw, sir. I was like, do you know what this means? No, he was.
Do you know what we're here for? Oh, that's so annoying. Wait, that's crazy. I thought that I wasn't a high parking ticket kind of person, but I have no idea how many parking tickets I've gotten. And I feel like I'm on the low end, and I'm definitely like around 10 probably.
Maybe when you lived in Long Beach or like over there. Yeah, it's probably like Pasadena's easy. Like that's all it is like I don't need a pass.
Do you have it on your street?
We don't need a pass. Like you can park overnight and everything. So we're like Gucci. And then my old apartment had a garage and we had like both spots in our, in the garage. So I never had to park like anywhere. So I feel like lucky. But
I used to have to wake up like at like 5 a.m.
That is so stressful
to move it. Or when I lived downtown, we would park in the red every single night because we knew a certain red spot where they wouldn't ticket you. But then we'd have to wake up before 6 a.m. to move the car. And then also when you live downtown, street sweeping, it's like there's nowhere to park.
No,
so most people
everyone
just sit in their car for like 2 hours.
Are you serious?
It's so dumb. I really don't understand how people, I don't know, usually find like an illegal workaround.
Yeah. That's
living
so true.
in the city is not for the faint of heart.
It is not. I mean, like when we lived in the Arts District, granted, we were paying for 2 parking spots. It was like $200 each month.
Yeah,
just to park our fucking car.
It must be a little.
Yeah, it was expensive. But like they're in the Arts District, and there were people who like definitely I think lived in the Arts District, and they would try to like not pay, and so they would just do that, like park out on the street somewhere. And I'm like, that seems like a lot of stress for you.
It's a lot of admin, a lot of stress.
Admin. I don't like admin. I like life to be easy as possible. So now I'm like, I'm out in the burbs. I got room. Stretch out.
The burbs.
Yeah,
in your old years, in your later life.
In my later life, yeah. We've reached that
age.
You
look so tan, by the way.
Oh my God, thank you. The shirt does make me look kind of tan. I'm sure that I got tanner at the race, but
that's true.
Thanks, guys.
Gotta love a half Ironman for that. A lot of time in the sun.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to be, this summer, my plan is to protect my face and my neck more than ever before.
Yeah, I need to be better about that. That was a little,
I don't know. I'm trying.
It's hard.
It's hard.
I was better last
summer,
summer. That's the thing. And like I swim literally at like noon. Not really. Usually like 10 in the morning. So like the sun is high. And I'm like in a pool for an hour. And I'm like, that's probably not good. And I put sunblock on, but I'm like, I don't know how it says water resistant, but like, and I get like
we just trust it.
Goggle tan line. I don't think I have any right now. I get like on the side of my like goggle
Wait,
tan
a goggle
lines.
tan line is so epic. I feel like I always have a sunglasses tan line during the summer when I'm running outside.
It's a badge of honor.
It is.
Yeah.
It also, we're keeping our pupils, our retinals, our retinas.
Yeah.
Fresh.
Yeah.
Wait, I have a question.
Tell me. What? Ask me.
Would Jordan do this? So I was at a restaurant with Dov last week and I wrote this down because I was like, I got to bring this up to Carolyn. And because I sometimes, do you ever like notice you do something? You're like, wow, I'm kind of nasty.
Yeah. All the time. I'm gross. Yeah.
We were out to eat and we got chicken wings and they're the best chicken wings, but I love chicken wings. I just don't really eat them right. Like I don't like slurp them off.
Oh no,
I leave meat on the bone.
Yeah, same.
Oh, do you leave meat on the bone too?
Yeah, especially the ones that are like long and then like the meat's in between those 2 bones. You know what I'm talking about?
What do you call those?
I don't know.
Yeah. So there's like the drumstick.
Yeah, I like the drumstick and the.
Okay, me too.
A wing
and the whatever the long one is.
Whatever the long one is. You guys know
the stick.
The stick, and there's like 2.
The slider.
2.
Yeah,
and then
there's like
I never get the chicken out of there.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. So anyway, I like I did that, but like left some meat on the bone, put it down, and Dov takes up my chicken wing and finishes it.
Yeah, Jordan would do that.
And I thought about it, and I was like, this is pretty nasty. At a restaurant, I didn't think twice until I thought about this is how you know you're nasty. Like it might seem okay, but then you're like, if I was another person looking at this,
you'd be like,
exactly. Like I look at my floor sometimes and it's so dirty. I just cleaned it yesterday. And I'm just like, if this is somebody else's house, I'd be judging them.
Yeah.
So I'm like, nasty. Do you do that with chicken wings?
Yeah, 100%. And Jordan, no, he would eat. We are so gross sometimes. Okay, this is actually probably shouldn't out us for this, but not frequently. But if we're like on a trip or something and one of us forgets our toothbrush, we'll share a toothbrush.
Oh, Dov takes my toothbrush every single day and it's obvious which one's mine. I get mad at him though. I'm like, yo.
I mean, it's like when you really, because like I'm like, oh, we kiss.
You really need it.
But also like
What are you gonna do? Not brush your teeth?
I know, that's the thing. And I'm like,
That's
I
not
mean,
that
we
gross
do
to me.
like swap saliva IRL, but there's something about like you're like getting shit out of your teeth. But then I'm like, oh, I won't think about it.
You just put it under hot water, like it's sterilized.
Yeah, it's fine. But we like, again, not often. I'm trying to think of like other like gross things. No, the floor thing. Jordan is obsessed with cleaning our floors. I think we've talked about this. We got like, he's a true king. He,
I wish.
at least once a week, fully sweeps, vacuums, and uses the Swiffer wet vac.
Oh, love. Smells so good after that.
I know, right? And like, that's like at the wet vac thing was on our wedding registry last year, and it was like the best gift we got. He was obsessed. There's other gross things. Man, I should have made a list. Next time we can talk about all the gross things we do. Yeah.
Do like putting silverware. Why is this normalized at a restaurant? Putting silverware on the table when they're like clearing your plates, and they're like, "Oh, do you want to keep your silverware?" And it's like, "Where do I put it?" And everyone just puts it on the table. I'm like, "Is that gross?"
That is true. I mean, I assume they like wipe. That is true. I know they like wipe them
What,
down. But I'm
dirty
like,
cloth?
no, literally the most disgusting like gray cloth you've ever
Vile.
seen.
Yeah, I've done it before as a server.
Yeah,
I know how nasty it is. It's like the lemons in the water, you know?
Oh, I don't. Yeah, that's. God, that is so true. I just put my silverware on the table. That direct contact. I just.
Yeah,
you know,
are we
here's
gross?
the thing. Probably. I don't think about these things though, and I'm alive. You know, I
We're
haven't gotten any,
literally
like,
alive to
weird-
talk about it. So
Yeah, I'm like, haven't gotten any like weird table diseases that I know of.
table diseases. By the way, speaking of table diseases, just kidding. There's literally no segue
Like,
that
go
could
on.
attach to.
Yes.
Your friend DM'd us, your hometown friend,
And
and you were an influencer
oh my god.
before
Yeah,
being a
before yeah.
triathlon influencer. You guys, you heard it
Guys.
here first, or second if you saw the old account.
I'm like so happy that you brought this up because I actually forgot that I wanted to bring this up.
They could guess, I bet, based on our episodes and what we talked about.
Base what? Guess what?
Like what the page was about. Actually, okay, before
Oh.
we reveal what it was, what would our have we talked about this before? What would our influencer lives look like if we weren't doing triathlon running?
Ooh. Oh, I think we did talk about this. Mine would be like van life, hashtag van life. Like
Oh yeah, and I wanted mine to be
outdoorsy.
like style or something, but like I don't do anything that could
yeah,
equate
I
to that.
hike like once
Just
a
changed
year,
my
and I'm
life.
like, I love hiking.
I mean, but anyway.
So yeah, I had it was Twitter when Twitter was fun. So it was a Twitter account.
Shut up.
Yeah, I was in college from 2011 to 2015. And so again, peak Twitter. As we know, we've talked about, I always wanted to be a meteorologist and I was too dumb, but also like, it's fine. It worked out. But I always wanted to be a meteorologist / storm chaser. And I love weather and I love storms. And so I started a Twitter account called Miami U Weather because I went to Miami University. So it was for like the college students.
Stop.
And I got to like 4,000 something followers, which like on Twitter was a lot. And every day
For such a niche
Very.
account too.
people loved it, and I would make it so inappropriate. And I remember one tweet. I don't remember all of them. Sometimes I go back and I like read them. I'm like, man, I was funny. But one of them was like, "Winds blowing more than Monica Lewinsky," you know. And so I would tweet stuff like that, you know. And then the president of the college followed the account one day, and I was like, oh no. But you know, I'm like, does he know what this is about?
You're
but
like,
every
I can
day,
go off now. That's hilarious.
every day I would wake up and I would tweet the weather out for everybody. And I was like, people loved it. And I was like, I mean, I'm just getting this from the weather app. You could also get it from the weather app. But so then I didn't like reveal who I was. And then at graduation, I
Shut
made
up.
my cap design was like, I had just found some random ass like generic like weather graphic, like a cartoony weather graphic as the profile picture. And then I like recreated that as my graduation cap. So
Carolyn, that's such a cool Carolyn fact.
it was cool. And then I like posted it on the last day. I posted a picture of me with my cap on the Twitter account and revealed myself. And then I was like maybe thinking about passing the account down. And my younger brother went to the same school as me, and he was like a freshman when I was a senior, but then I didn't trust anyone else with it, and then it just like died off. Sad.
You didn't trust anyone else with it.
Yeah,
That's
I was
the
like, no one
funniest
else is
thing.
gonna do this like me. And then some tea though.
Okay.
I was a lifeguard, obviously. And
Obviously.
And then there was this guy, Tyler, and his initials were TSG. I'm still mad. I still got beef with this guy. made his own Twitter account to try to compete with mine called TSG Weather. And he was trying to do the same fucking thing. And this is my first experience with people stealing content. And there was like some serious beef. And I literally texted him and I was like, what the fuck, man? So I don't
He
remember
saw proof of concept, though. I kind of give him props. He's like, wait a minute, this is a lucrative idea.
Very lucrative, made so much money. I was rich from my.
Wait, how did you keep it a secret, though? I feel like it's not
All my
in
friends
you
knew.
to not. Okay,
No.
okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and then my friends would be like, "I'm friends with Miami Weather." Like it was like a thing, and I was like walking around campus, and I'd be like, "Nobody knows that I'm." I'd be like,
That's
walking
like
around,
very
be
Gossip Girl of you.
No one knows that I'm famous. So I think I always just had the influencer, gene in me. Also, when I, I had to present. I don't know if I talked about this on the podcast, but one of my friends is a adjunct professor at Cal State Dominguez Hills, and she teaches like
you
a
didn't talk
social.
about this.
Okay, yeah. So she teaches like a social media course, and she invited me to give like a guest presentation a couple weeks ago, and it was really cool. And one of the questions she like gave me as like a guide for my presentation was like, how did you get into influencing or something like that? And I was like, I literally remember being like, it was like 2007. I was 13, 14 years old, and I like snuck I like secretly made a Facebook page because I wasn't allowed to have Facebook, but I made one anyway. And I remember like I was fucking obsessed with Facebook. Obsessed. And then in college, before like iPhone, well, I guess I was like my freshman year, I didn't have an iPhone, but you would like take your little digital camera out to the bars, take pictures.
Hell yeah.
Make a Facebook album. That was like my Sunday would be like curating. I was like, I just knew. It was a passion of mine before she even knew.
You felt something in your gut. You're just like, oh.
I think I just like
what
attention.
are these butterflies?
It's like I just love attention and validation online. So
wait, I want to hear more about at the school, but with
Yeah.
Facebook, we have to talk about how Gen Zs are coming back for what we were doing on Facebook with like the albums. Like the Rogue
No way.
album with like 20 million photos of the same
they're
photo.
doing that?
Well, I mean, kind of on Instagram.
Oh, no,
like
you're right.
Like a Instagram
Oh
dump.
my God, you're right. You're right.
It's like the more random, the better. And it's like,
Yeah,
okay,
they try to
we
make it
started
like
that.
aesthetically non-aesthetic.
Exactly.
And it's,
That's
like,
something
blurry.
I strive for so hard.
I know, right?
Aesthetically non-aesthetic.
Yeah,
I
it's like,
can't.
oops, it's candid. And it's just like blurred, but like
It's like
they 100% did
edited
on
for
purpose.
20
Yeah.
hours. It's
Yeah.
like so candid.
Like it was just candid and casual, and then the caption's just like an emoji or life lately. It's a really great caption.
I remember once somebody stole my camera and I was so bummed. I was at a party. I was like, dang it, I lost my camera.
That's
and then
sad.
I found it on the counter the next morning with like a letter that was like, we took your camera. And it was like like everybody at the party like posing and like,
Oh,
they
that's
had just-
amazing.
I know. I think
I'm glad you got your camera back too.
Yeah, thank God it was purple. Anyway, so when you were at the school, how
Yeah.
old or how big was the class? Because we barely talked about this. I want more
Oh.
dates. And how many kids were there? And were
Okay.
they cool?
Oh, at the presentation. Yes. So I think there were like 15-ish. She said it's a pretty small class. So she's like, oh, probably intimate, which was good. I didn't want like a big thing, but they were all cool. She said some of them are people who just like want to be influencers. And then some of them are people who want to work on the other side, like what you do. And I was like, how fucking cool is that? Like if they had a course, like when I was in college like that, I would have ate that shit up. I actually took, I think it was my like junior or senior year. I was an environmental science major. I had nothing to do with marketing, but I remember I like took one of my friends, I think took this course, and then she's like, I was obsessed with social media. I took this random social media class just because I was like,
You had
I
a
wanna learn
social
more.
media class?
Yeah, it was like not, it sounded more
senior
fun
year?
than it was.
Okay.
It was
'Cause
like
I feel
junior or senior.
We were kind of screwed in our college life. Well, at
Yeah.
least I was in marketing because we got taught stuff that was so old school and didn't
old-fashioned,
apply
yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like they were learning what was going on with social media, but like even
So
when they
right.
would teach you stuff, it was like, ooh, this like feels really outdated to me.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And there's no takeaways from it.
No, literally. And that's like the social media class I took. I thought it was going to be like fun and cool. And then it actually it was kind of hard. And
What'd you do in it?
It was
Do you
like kind of
remember?
like a higher level course too. I mean, you're allowed to take it, whatever. There was no like prereqs. I don't even remember, but I like didn't do that well. I'm like, I think I got like a B or something. And I'm
You
like,
got a
this-
B
for no
You
reason.
heard it here first, people.
Like I didn't even
Carolyn
need
got a
class.
B in her social media class.
Literally, like me. I'm like, now look at
Be
me,
teaching it now.
professor. Yeah.
Yeah, who was
Fuck you.
teaching it? Who felt
I think it was
qualified
like
to
an
teach
old
that
guy.
course? I can't.
I swear to God, I think it was like an old dude, but it was outdated, and that was
Funny
Jade.
sketch.
Jade is the adjunct professor, and she has even been like saying that about her school. She's like, everything's like seems just so outdated still, and she's like happy that she's able to like teach the course and like because
That's cool.
Updated version. I'm like, that is so fucking sick. I would be in that class in an instant.
Okay, if you were to teach a social media class, I'm kind of thinking about this too. From like teaching influencer 101, let's say, even though I'm a terrible influencer, I definitely know the things that you can do and I want to get better at it. But let's both think of like the top 3 things that we would tell to someone who wants to be an influencer.
Well, I can tell you right now because I made a whole presentation about it. Except
all right,
let's
hear. I'll try to think of things that you didn't say.
Okay, so my top 3 were the top one, I think, is just to like not worry about what people think about you, which I think is hard when you're posting online, and like that can be a big hang up for people. Or like even if you like
that's big,
worry about what your friends are saying behind your back, which also like shitty friends.
The scariest thing, I think.
Find new friends. But like I think just don't worry about it and like ignore hate comments and just keep fucking doing it. Because if you let those hate comments and negative, like if you're worried about what people think, then you're not going to do it. So,
100%.
And
we love that.
We love that. Second would be consistent. That's always just like, that's like how
that's where I fail.
I mean, like at the beginning though, when I like started to grow, I was like, I have to post every single day. And if I like didn't have a post for it, I'd be so stressed out, which like now I'm a little more laid back about it, but still. And then what would my third thing be? Probably, this is one that I said in the class, but I don't practice myself, but it'd be pitch yourself to brands. I literally never, but now I have the, market or the management agency that does it for me, but I'm like,
totally.
I don't know what I was so scared of, but do it.
It's kind of weird. I know what you mean. But also I think you were really good at like keeping a good relationship with brands, which I feel like, I don't know, people look at influencing, they're like, it's not a real job, but it's like, it literally has more factors of a real job than most jobs do. You know what I mean? Because it's like you have your own brand. You have to be like your brand advocate. You have to like know how to professionally speak to others if you want to make money.
Yeah.
To pivot off of what you're saying though, I feel like I've seen a lot of people just try to only do trends. Yeah. And like try to get their account to grow that way. And I'm like kind of the opposite of that. And again, I'm a terrible influencer because I'm not consistent. I'll be like, yeah, and like get a couple thousand, and then I'm just like, fuck this, I'll chill for a minute. But I feel like if you only do trends, you're gonna come off like, especially as the influencing world is growing, you're just gonna be like everyone else. You have to have your own thing. Like, what's your brand? Like, who are you? Like, what can you authentically post that like you feel good about and doesn't come off as like, I don't know, fake and not like everybody else? Like, how are you different?
Exactly. Yeah, you definitely need like a niche for sure. But yeah, I think I do see that too.
Don't think about it too much. Like, don't care what people say, but also like what you put out. Obviously, there's going to be some stuff or like a brand deal if you're just kind of like, you have to make it work and like hit certain check boxes. But I feel like when I was in a good rhythm, when I would put out a video, I'd be like, yeah, like I like it. So I don't care what y'all think. Yeah. As long as like I kind of like this, like I would make that my standard of like, okay, this made me laugh, or okay, this concept like is kind of fun. Yeah. Like who cares if it performs well?
And like the performance thing too, it's like sometimes it's not even your fault. It's just the algorithm, Totally. It's like you might, because I like, again, don't practice what I preach, because like sometimes if a reel does bad, I get like very upset and offended, and I'm like, everybody hates me, and I'm like, maybe it's just the algorithm, or maybe I just suck and I'm just not very funny. But yeah,
literally no. What was like your first video that like popped off and got you a shit ton of followers? Do you remember?
Okay, so I remember what my first reel was. And I like didn't even really like, I had seen them and I was like, oh, those are fun. My first reel, it did okay, but it was like a transition. I love a good transition, but it was like going from like swim, bike, run, different like outfits or something. I don't know. But the one that popped off, I can't remember what it was. It was so funny.
What do you mean?
I remember my bike was involved and I was in my old apartment in the kitchen, but I can't remember what I actually
Oh my God, we're going to have to go back and like look that up. Okay. I'm trying to, I feel like I've talked about this. My ultra reel went off. I feel corny talking about this though, because I don't have like that many followers, but it's so funny when you like hit a certain niche with like your content that you don't mean to. Like when I posted my like making fun of Iron Man, or not Iron Man, LOL. I actually do have a video making of where I go to therapy and talk to my therapist about cyclists. and I like vent
That's
about it.
funny. You
I
need to
should
send
tag
that
you
to
in
me.
it.
Please do.
It's like when you say this, I know it means this, and it won't provoke me. But the whole ultra one that went off, it was funny because it was like I started connecting with these people pretty high up, like, and I'd start to get pros following me, and I was just like, oh God. And wait, did I tell you that one French pro, like one of the like the best French ultra runner, followed me for a while, and Dov was like, "Oh my God, he follows you!" And then I checked the other day, and he unfollowed me.
That is so fucking rude. Okay, I'm
so
back.
awkward, and I'm just like, I know you don't want to follow me. I'm not posting good stuff right now.
Just mute me. You know, why do you need to unfollow me? That's just rude and
He's
petty.
allowed to unfollow me, I guess. Maybe he didn't like what I posted about my dog.
Oh, I remember. Okay.
Oh,
so
yeah.
there was a trend. Well, I don't know. This was like one of the first. I guess I was posting stuff before this. I remember I had one where I was just riding my bike. Like someone caught a clip of me riding my bike, and it like popped off, and I was like, it really can be that easy. But
yeah, right. People who have like millions of views on just like them riding past on their bike, and the music is like dun 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 dun,
and I'm like, that's all you had to do, and you got 12,000 likes. Okay, so it was like a trend where you would like move the camera and like you like hold a piece of paper behind your back, and then you like move the camera with the beat, and then you like expose what the piece of paper says. And so like the caption was like, how do you afford to do all these races? And then I like move the camera, and then it says I'm in crippling debt. Like it was funny. And
wait, we have to post these videos on stories when we post this for sure.
Okay,
save it.
I will.
Yeah, send it to me actually right now.
Okay, I was gonna say, let me send it to you while we are, so I don't lose it again.
Hilarious.
Here, I'll send it to you on IG.
Perf.
Okay, so anyway, that one like popped off and like 6,000 likes, I think. So not like huge,
nice,
but it was like my first one. I think I'll have to look. I might have had other ones, but I remember like I'm in this like Facebook group for triathletes. I literally don't get on Facebook, but someone shared that reel in the Facebook group, and I was like, oh my God. And like most of the comments were like good, but then one guy was saying something about like how I have like an only
one person.
He's like, yeah, she must have an only because I'm like wearing a sports bra and shorts. Because
why are men so mad about things that are so stupid?
I know. He's like, you must have an OnlyFans or something to like, I don't know. And I was like, because my stomach was out in a sports bra, and I was like, don't you want to see? Are you
kind of a compliment to you?
I also noticed, total side note, but like you'll see like a really like hot girl's Instagram who's like maybe not the most clothed, and then all the men are like disgusting, like blah blah blah, and I'm like, you're like looking at these like this woman, and you're like, that's just like, don't
she's hot.
Lie.
This is for
like,
all
you're
of us.
Just you don't want to see
you're
that.
Welcome.
Shut up. Like there was something else I needed to complain about.
Oh please. This should be our complaining segment.
Sorry guys, I'm on a tangent. It's a social media related complaint.
I love that.
So one thing that I'm seeing as a trend on Reddit and on like social media right now is people who, okay, so a lot of people have been running back-to-back marathons right now. So Boston and then London. And,
we're gonna talk about this.
Yeah. Or they'll run like, a lot of marathons a year or whatever. And then other people get so mad about it. And they're like, I can't believe she's running back-to-back. And it's like, I guess I get their side because it's like an influencer. And I'm like, oh, they don't want people to like see this and then, think they can run back-to-back marathons and like injure themselves. But I'm like, I don't know. I know like, even when I ran my first marathon, I mean, I was probably easily influenced, but I'm like, I know my body. There's no fucking way I could run more than one marathon, like maybe 2 a year, maybe far apart. But I'm like, I just don't get why people care so much.
It's so and also like back-to-back marathons have been a trend thing for a very long time. It's like Boston to Big Sur is a full
right.
You know about that, right? It's like sometimes it's like 6 days apart because Boston's on a Monday, Big Sur's on a Sunday. Sometimes it's like 2 weeks apart. But like that's been a thing for a very long time. And people are just like, why are they doing this? Because and it's like, okay, well,
like chill.
Who cares? If they want to do it. I don't get it.
I don't get it. And like, this year I think
it would be hard though.
It would be hard.
Unless you train for it. Like,
I know.
Train for it like that,
exactly.
It's like an ultra in a way.
But I think a lot of influencers had run Boston and then also London.
Yeah.
Which like, I just, again, who cares? I don't know. I'm sorry.
It's pretty impressive the amount of people that can do it though. Because like I was actually thinking of that. I'm like, could I actually run a marathon on Sunday? Like your body is so beat up for a few days, at least for me.
Yeah.
It's like I can do a shakeout. Usually I'll do like a 20-minute shakeout unless I'm like really screwed up, like a few days after the race. And then like my body like kind of slowly recovers. I'll do like a 5-6 miler on Saturday, and usually I feel pretty good. But to think of doing another marathon, like you gotta train for that thing.
No, that would
To do
be
back to back.
and like if they know they can, like why like let them, you know, it's like okay, if they have the ability to do it, let them do it. And then like if they're stupid about it and do back to back marathons and hurt themselves, that's their problem. But yeah,
Totally.
that's just my like
just
beef.
know yourself.
People just get so mad about what other people are doing, and it's like if it doesn't affect you. And again, you know, I think the thing is like, oh well, they're being a bad influence on all these impressionable like young runners who might follow them, and it's just like I still think that most of those people are probably smart enough to know their own body, you know, and then they're not gonna like see some. I don't know. Maybe they will. That's their problem though. I don't know.
Also, how many people can really like the affordability of back to back marathons? You can't unless you're rich.
Yeah.
Unless you're super rich or have something like you have to be able to pay for that. And I feel like at that point you should do just a little bit of research or maybe have a coach or I don't know. You'll figure it out to like talk to people about it and see if it makes sense for you.
Yeah. I mean, and like people,
this makes me want to do it more than not.
Do
to be
it.
honest,
Piss them
talking
off.
about it.
But like, you know, like Andy Glaze is that guy who runs all those, you know, Andy Glaze, but he runs like literally like an ultra like every fucking weekend. It seems like he's like on TikTok and he's like doing another 100-miler. They're literally all the time. And it's like, again, well, first of all, no one seems to ever get mad at him for that. It's only mad at the girlies who run multiple marathons. But anyway, I'm like, if his body can do it, then why shouldn't he do it?
He's an inspiration to those who feel like there's limits, you know? So are you excited about your weekend then?
I am. I'm like kind of Joey. So Joey, we all know Joey. He's doing Circle of Doom today by himself.
Which, oh my God.
I know.
Is that legal?
Well, the weather looked bad. So he's like, I'll go today. He's like, do you want to go? And I was like, well, I have a job. And so he has a job too. But anyway, I texted him. He has his read receipts on and he hasn't responded. So I'm sure he's still riding. But I'm like, I need him to respond because, I mean, if it's going to be windy, I don't want to do that ride. Like,
was he going to ride with you tomorrow too?
Yeah. Which like is good because he'll be like all tired from today. So then I can go slow. He's like so fast sometimes. I'm like, okay, let's see. Tomorrow it's saying the winds are going southwest. So when they say winds,
no way you can calculate that in your head to know if it's going to be a tailwind or side.
Winds southwest, does that mean they're coming from the southwest or they're going to the southwest? I should know this.
Oh, okay, yeah. With your influencing background,
a south wind blows from the south to the north. A southwest wind. Okay, so it's southwest wind tomorrow, which is bad because hold on. Let's see. Did I say that right? Yeah. Okay. So tomorrow's a southwest wind. So it's coming from the southwest, which like the whole like ass end of the ride is like we are going in the southwest. Like we are going that direction. So it'll be like a terrible headwind.
Wait. I need to understand this for my brain. So a southwest wind
means it's
comes
coming from the
southwest, but goes northeast.
Yeah. And we'd be coming, riding our bikes from the northeast to the south. So the wind will be coming right at us. I hate wind, guys. I hate wind so much. I will skip rides because of wind. I can't. It's scary.
I started to like wind with running. I'm now a wind runner. I feel like it gives it an extra element of difficulty.
Drama.
Drama. A little bit like, you know, pizzazz. You don't know what's coming. I'm kind of excited for tomorrow. I mean, usually Dov's games are at 7:30. But this one tomorrow is versus Toronto. So Montreal's playing Toronto. It's called I forget what it's called, but it's like the Big Bash, you know?
Is it home?
It's home. So it's at 2:30, which is perfect.
Oh, wow.
'Cause it's like, I got to run. I got to get ready. Maybe
bed
get my
early.
nail fixed. Yeah.
In bed.
Maybe have people over, go out to eat, get a drink or two.
Fun.
Because usually, like, after his games, it's midnight.
Yeah.
So it's like, what a kind of sucks.
No, I'm not trying to do anything after that. Do the WAGs have a special room with like food, or is it like you just sit in the? Tell me.
We do now. So last year, this club doesn't do a lot of things that I've seen other clubs do for families. But one of our listeners, Juliet, shout out. She actually got the family and like partners a suite this year. There's like water and like popcorn.
Oh.
Yeah.
What the heck, man? When I go to like a baseball game I get like a big can and then it gets hot because I'm so slow at drinking beer. And then it's like I'm just nursing it the whole game, and like halfway through I'm like, this is just lukewarm.
It's like lukewarm piss.
It's like $50 wasted. Like I do
Oh
like
my God,
baseball
fun.
games. And I think that
People hate
they're-
baseball. Or maybe
like-
just people here.
It's kind of boring for sure. But like when I'm at the game, I mean, let's be honest, I'm at the game, I'm not really like paying that much attention. I'm kind of like getting a hot dog and a beer, and then I'm like taking
For the vibes.
pictures, the vibes. But I have my hot dog purse now.
For the 7th inning stretch, take me out to the ball game.
Oh yeah, it's classic. Get some peanuts and Apple Jacks. What the fuck is an Apple Jack? Like the cereal? Is that what it is?
That's a
Cracker
really
Jacks.
good Oh, buy me some
Some
peanuts and
Apple Jacks.
apple.
Do they still make Apple Jacks? Those were
Wait,
good.
Cracker Jacks? Like,
Yeah,
low-key.
What is a Cracker Jack?
You never had a Cracker Jack?
No, I'm looking it
My
up.
mom used to buy them for me.
Shut
They're like
up.
little Cracker
Are you
Jack.
from
It's
the
like
1940s?
It's like kettle corn. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Did you ever eat like
Oh.
I'm such a
Okay,
baseball snack girl. Like the you know the gum too? The
Oh,
little
yeah.
like pieces that you pull off.
like the Hubba Bubba?
It's like a big
Or no,
not
the bucket.
Hubba Bubba.
The bucket?
The bucket with
Yeah,
like little
yeah.
like sticks.
Big
and
League
you're
Chew?
just- Big League Chew.
Yeah. Also, like,
Oh yeah.
I'm ignorant as fuck because I've definitely had Cracker Jacks before.
Also, sunflower seeds are
Oh,
my
yeah.
thing. But
can I?
I have a hard time doing one at a time. I would put a ton in my
Same.
mouth and chew them all, and then I have to spit them out in the trash can. Anyways,
So Jordan loves sunflower seeds. He loves seeds. He's like a little bird.
really, he's a seed man. Okay.
He doesn't spit. He just eats the whole seed, the whole thing. He chews it up, and then eats the whole thing. And then it's like I've tried it. It's like splinters in your throat. But he doesn't.
How
spit
does
the
he do
shell
it?
out.
Does he take
He
his
just-
time on each one?
No, he just puts the whole thing in his mouth. And then, like
Never heard
4
of this
years
before.
ago, maybe he got a really bad kidney stone, and then the doctor's like, because you're probably eating too much salt and not drinking enough water, because he never fucking drinks water. But I think that this, like, literally, I think he had a kidney stone because he was eating so many fucking seeds. But he still eats seeds.
What did you tell the doctor that he ate the seeds full?
Yeah, it was like we get a bag of bird
Encapsulated?
seed, and he like, he's like, but like I
Okay,
never
midnight seeds.
his midnight seeds, but I never like also I don't know, we never ate seeds growing up, so then I just like would follow his lead. But I like don't get it.
Seeds.
So you like crack it open with your
You can
teeth.
call them nuts, I guess.
There's something inside
Same category.
though. The shell, right?
There. What are you talking about? The sunflower seed?
Yeah.
There's a little seed.
So how do you know
okay,
like
so you have the shell, and then you, go,
yeah.
you like go,
Yeah.
and then there's a little seed,
How do you
and then you.
separate the seed from the shell?
Oh,
while in your
it's a
mouth?
whole thing. Wow, I just
Oof.
got a very nostalgic feel in my mouth. You
I
put
know,
the
my mouth's
seed in
watering.
the back, and you go, you like chomp down on it, but like it has to be like think of it like a coffin, like
Yeah.
a coffin on its side.
Yeah.
and you go chomp down, and it like goes in half.
Makes
and
sense.
then you strategically use your tongue, scrape out the little seed guy, eat it. It's
Yeah.
not very satisfying to eat it. one
yeah,
at a
it doesn't
time.
seem like it. Yeah.
And then you spit it out.
That's why Jordan does that. He's like, it's not I need the whole
I need the whole seed. I don't even know where you buy sunflower seeds anymore.
Oh.
What's happening?
Nicole
me
just
details.
texted me and she won an Instagram giveaway.
A
Oh my
big
god,
one?
it's a good one. Okay, she said,
What?
You're one of our winners. You'll receive a clean suite and a voucher from TaskRabbit to use our cleaning service."
Okay, love.
I'm like, wow, okay. Anyway, shout out to Nicole.
Does she
Congratulations.
have to tip?
That is a good question. I'm too poor to know what it's like to have cleaners come to your house.
I feel like, well, I need a cleaner. Like you and Jordan are clean. I like actually think I need one. Like Dolph's mom told me, she's like, you guys really need a cleaner. And I'm like, thank you so much, Martine.
Give me the money for it.
Yeah, just like, have you ever won? Last thought. Have you ever won an Instagram giveaway?
I did. I won. What was it? It was like another. This is before I was like an influencer, but there was like a
Really?
giveaway. It was it's another triathlon page, and she was giving away like recovery tools. So I think the big prize was recovery boots,
Oh my God.
and then I won. Oh wait, I've won two things, and then the other one was a massage gun.
You won recovery boots?
No, I won a massage gun. That was the second
Oh.
place. Sorry. Yeah, first place was
Was
the
it a good
boots.
one?
Yeah, I think I had it for a while, and then I got like a better one. But then the other one, and I don't remember actually who did that giveaway, but the other one that I won was a triathlete, and that was just like money. She just like
What?
Venmoed me. Yeah, it was like $100. I was like, fuck yeah.
No way. I know if you want to win an Instagram giveaway, here is how you do it from a marketing person, because they say it's random. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's random, but mostly it's not.
Do you do giveaways on your personal page?
No, I mean, I think I have once.
I usually
I
do them.
Do you?
Yeah, I've done a few. I usually do like big milestones, and so the next one it'll be 100K. Guys, listen, I'm working with all these brands. Okay, I think I talked about this.
It's happening.
I reached out to all these brands last fucking June because I was growing so fast. I thought I was gonna hit 100. I was like, I'm gonna hit 100K like next month. Still not even close. It's been a year, but all these brands are like, fuck yeah, we want to work with you. And there's some sick.
Yeah, get ready for it.
Like it's gonna be like multi-day, like multi-post, like big prizes.
It's gonna be like the 12 days of Christmas.
Literally, not a bike, but like almost a bike. There might be
not a bike.
There might be
a
some
tricycle,
like, really expensive carbon wheels, though.
A sidecar.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah. So anyway, but when I was just gonna say this is like unrelated, probably not the same way you guys pick winners, but I'll go through. So I load all the comments, just like click see more, and then I close my eyes, and then I just like scroll really fast. And then I put my finger on a name, and then I click on their profile, and then I have to make sure that they're like legit following me. Sometimes they don't
rules.
They don't follow the rules. They're like, don't follow me, and I'm like, that's like the number one rule. So then I'll be like, next.
For 100,000, you're gonna have to put it in a randomizer, though.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
How do you do that though? Do you have like hand?
Or maybe you see how many people did it, like how many comments there are, and then put that number in there, and then you can randomly select the number, and then you just go to that one.
That's really smart too, because and then I like also sometimes if I like click someone I know, I'm like I don't give it to people I know. That's not cool. But what were you gonna say about how do you guys do it?
Oh,
how do you want to give away?
Maybe not me, but I've made assumptions and like seen this kind of happen, and I do know a brand that did this, but they try to find an account where it's not like they would never choose you because it would just look like they're giving it to someone with too many followers.
That's really rude. Okay.
And usually they don't want to choose someone who has no followers, but they want to choose someone that's anywhere from like, it could be like, 5 to 7 or 800, but 2K, 4K, like right around that mark, you're in the sweet spot. And if you tag someone that's like a little bit bigger than you that has an influence and the gift goes to both of you, they want to give it to that influential person.
Oh my God. T.
So that's actually how I want to give away once.
Maybe Nicole tagged me and
oh my God. Check.
I should check.
That could be actually kind of funny.
Wait, that's so funny.
Are you getting it too, or is it only to her? I tagged this bigger account once when I was like really small for pro compression socks, LOL. And I won, and I was like, I know I'm going to win this because I have a running account.
Yeah.
I had like no followers at that time. But the girl I tagged was like an influencer I worked with back in the day. God, this was like the first influencers ever in like 2015. And I obviously won because she had a big following, and they wanted to give it to her.
That's so smart.
Oh, well.
So guys, listen up.
Yeah, if that's you, tag the right people.
Close my eyes and
yeah, you have more of a chance on Carolyn's account unless you know her. Now all your friends who know you were like, what the hell?
Well, unless it's like we've DM'd. There's been a couple of people who like I've talked to on Instagram before, but we're not like friends IRL. Just like some, and I'm like, okay,
so I'm never gonna win on your post.
No,
that's bullshit.
I know. And then like Yaz,
I'm not engaging. No, I'm just kidding.
There was a giveaway I did a while ago where I didn't have many followers, so like not that many people entered. So I did like Yaz ended up winning because I did the random scroll thing. Yeah. And then she ended up winning, and I was like, oh, it's fine. No one cares. But now I'm like, I can't do that. I don't know. I mean, maybe.
It just goes to the same, do it, and it goes to the same person every time until someone says something.
Yeah, I'm like,
actually, you could get picked up in the algorithm of like, oh my God, LA Triathlete picks the same person rigged for every giveaway. And
one guy.
I'm sorry. It's really random.
There was one guy who I forget what giveaway it was. It was a good one though. I was giving away like a Zoop pack, like a Garmin. I think it was a Garmin. And this guy he was like in high school, I think. But he kept commenting and like he did follow the rules, whatever. And then he kept like commenting or DMing me, I can't remember, and being like, when are you doing announcing it? When are you announcing it? And then like I like announced it on my story, and then he came back, like I don't think he saw it or something. He came back like days later and he's like, you never announced it. Like he thought I was like lying and like did like a fake giveaway just to get followers.
He's mad he didn't win.
He was mad he didn't win.
He's like, well, what the heck? How did I not win?
It was like, there's 7,000 comments. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, shout out to him.
Also, small gripe for some of the companies I've worked for on Instagram. you'll get so many people DMing you and it's like, hey, I can't afford your product. Can you just send it to me?
That's good. That's so funny.
what?
I mean, like I
They're
said,
like, can you just send it to me? Or like, even if they can afford it, they're just like, do you mind just like sending it to me? I'm like, does this work?
I feel like, I mean, earlier in the episode, one of my things was like how to pitch yourself to brands. I guess that's one way. I guess I can't
I'm
be
sure
like,
it works sometimes.
like, can you send that to me? It's so funny too. Like,
Can I get that?
when you're on like TikTok and stuff, and like these huge influencers who are probably like millions of dollars are getting like free products or like free trips and all this stuff. And it's like kind of crazy because it's like they're so
They
rich.
get it. Yeah, why did they need all the free
Yeah, it's
stuff?
like, why
the
are
richer you
we-
are, the more stuff you get for free. And
It's
it's
so weird.
such a backwards thing in society.
Yeah, it
It's
doesn't
like the
make any
people who
sense.
need the handouts get shamed for it, and the people who don't need the handouts get all the handouts.
Yeah.
And it's the patriarchy at the end
It's
of the
the
day.
patriarchy. Before we close out the episode, I just have to say your shoulders look so toned.
Oh my, wait, I feel like I was like going at the
You're like
muscle. I'm
looking
just
at them to yourself and you're like,
Thank you. I did like 2 upper body days. You know, I think I've
God.
always had, even though I don't have a
look at
swimmer's
those things.
body,
You know, here's the thing.
I have upper body strength.
You probably have more upper. I mean, I can swim, but I can't do a push up.
I think you just have skinny arms and it's hard for you to grow muscle there. I feel like you do have strong shoulders though.
Thanks.
Wait, did you go to the gym today?
Did I go to the gym today? Not yet. I am going though after this.
Nice.
I
I should go too. I was not going to
Guys.
work out today, but I can't be taking all these days off. Actually, I could if I want, but I just am craving it.
I think
What?
I need to get to a point where I'm craving it. It's like not even bad now that I'm going to that new gym, but like we talked about this, but like I'm supposed to do now 2 days a week of strength training. And like this week was different a little bit because of the race. So I was like still recovering. But my coach actually put a strength session in my training peaks. He never does. He never remembers to. And so I was like, well, I really need to go. And so he had it on Wednesday, but I was like,
He's
it's not
listening
really...
to the podcast. He's
probably
like,
is.
she's a gym girly now. I'm going
She's a
to
gym
put
girl.
it in there.
Exactly.
Okay, but he put it for Wednesday.
Yeah, and it's like it doesn't matter what day. It was just one day, so it doesn't matter what day I did it. But like I was like, okay, yeah, Wednesday. And so like I set my alarm to go to the gym before work, and then like I like couldn't fall asleep, and I was like, you know what? No, that's fine. I'll just. And then like I was like, I'll just go tomorrow. So then the plan was to go like tomorrow or Thursday afternoon. Didn't go. And now the plan is to go today, and I'm just like, this is not going to be good. I like can't do it.
I
I'm
hate
so
that.
like
I feel you.
I have to find like a good time in my schedule to be motivated to do it. And I'm like, probably like should just do Tuesday, Thursday morning or Tuesday.
But you have to like get
I
good
don't know.
sleep or else you're going to be tired the rest of the day.
Yeah.
And then your
I
day
hate
is
getting up
like,
early.
sleep is so important.
It is. And like today's the donut run. So it's the only day I like really wake up. I mean, it's like 5:30. It's really early. But the problem is that I want to go to bed earlier on days where I have to wake up earlier. But Jordan, you know, he just dilly-dallies. When he doesn't even go to bed late. We'll be in bed by like 10:30. But like I'm in bed snuggled in at like 10 on the dot. And I'm like waiting for him. He's like
Nice.
out in the kitchen cleaning. He's like, I'm going to
Yeah, I
just
can't
like,
sleep if somebody else is up.
no. And I know he's going to get into bed, which is going to wake me up even if I do fall asleep. And then he watches this show. But he's like out there like deep cleaning the
I'm
whole
Jordan.
stove. And I'm like,
Deep
what are you
cleaning
doing?
the whole-
Like literally,
I'm Jordan,
can you just
but I
do this
don't
tomorrow?
clean.
Like you had all evening from the time you got home at 6 to clean the stove. Why are you doing it now? I'm literally snuggled into bed. So anyway, I'm like, ugh. But if I go to the gym, I don't have to get up that early. But
It's
still,
such a double standard too of like,
it is.
well, not even for you, but for me too. It's like, I have to watch my nighttime anxiety show, but if somebody else does it and I'm tired, like I'm so mad. Like I'm just,
Same.
and by somebody else, obviously Dov.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, you're going to like be on your phone right now. I'm sorry, that's loud.
Yeah.
I can't. And then
I'm
I
the
watch
same
my
way.
show. I'm like, deal with
Although
it.
I don't like watching any show. I just like don't want any
It's a
sound.
bad habit. It's a bad habit for
all.
me. Well, you fall asleep naturally.
And then but it is a double standard in the other way that like I am also loud as fuck in the morning. And he's like
Yeah.
on the weekend on Saturday, I'm like 6 a.m. bright and early. I'm like making like an espresso and the machine's like, and then the cats are like freaking out and Jordan's trying to sleep. And I'm like, well, maybe he's getting revenge on me. And that's why he deep cleans the stove at 10 p.m. Anyway.
Follow us on Instagram.
Yeah.
Leave us any questions you have. It could be running or triathlon related.
Yeah.
Going off course podcast at gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
5 stars on Spotify and Apple, please,
Yeah.
if you want. That'd be nice.
You guys have been rating. We appreciate it. And on that note,
We will see you
next
next
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Bye.
Bye. Bye.